up when you get in the car, and I'ma light one up. Hit the gas station, go and buy a cigar. It'll feel me blunt. Every time I breathe, it's like I'm taking a puff. Turn the music high. Roll the windows up when I smoke and drive. When you get in the car, and I'ma light one up. Hit the gas station, go and buy a cigar. It'll feel me blunt. Every time I breathe, it's like I'm taking a puff. Turn the music high. Roll the windows up when I smoke and drive. When you get in the car, and I'ma light one up. Hit the gas station, go and buy a cigar. It'll feel me blunt. Every time I breathe, it's like I'm taking a puff. Turn the music high. Roll the windows up when I smoke and drive. When you get in the car, and I'ma light one up. Hit the gas station, go and buy a cigar. It'll feel me blunt. Every time I breathe, it's like I'm taking a puff. Turn the music high. Roll the windows up when I smoke and drive.
Another banger, another hot exclusive. I love this record. Check it out, man. Savannah.
yesterday afternoon at his son's 7th birthday in the city of Passo Fundo, Brazil. It was sent to the local news bureau there and sent to us via satellite just a few minutes ago. All initial opinions are this is genuine. What you're about to see may disturb you.
Whatever. Yeah. Nothing much. How is the hoopla? Awesome. Completely understand. Right? Oh, you're cool. You're cool. What do we got on? Race car? That's fine. That's cool. Yeah, I heard all of it. I listened to probably half of it because I was, in and out. Yeah, no, they hit a lot of things. Right? Yeah, I just think it's the going over the internet versus being mobile and doing it. Actually, when I went over to the dispensary, it was pretty slow. Right. Right. That's cool. Yeah, I'm probably like 150 milligrams of edible, and I'm feeling pretty good. Cool. Probably gonna be record highs, I'm sure, what people spent this year. Would you just get flowers and edibles and? Right. Well, that was what, about 250? That's what you just described to me. I would think would be around 250. That. Oh, hey. Right. 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 That's cool. Got what you wanted. be right back. They do. Right.
told that bitch, touch herself before she look at me. Suicidal thoughts off myself before I book this dream. Imaginary way these fuck niggas cook off heat. Thinking about everything while big booty cook for me. Look at me, no fantasies for the crooked demon. Cook this sequence for patterns from Saturn. Way I wrote this beat and my time hooked on no reason, hooked for no reason. I find no peace inside out the pieces. Claiming beach, I'm beaming. Bitch, I heard your mama hooked to semen when she eat it. I get excited. I hope that thought never diet. I know we all die. If I could make this world a better place, I would. Cause I'm dead inside, kids, my mind is full. Yeah. Before we riot, live for another day. I wanna die, cause inside I fly to run away. Before we riot, live for another day. I wanna die, cause inside I fly to run away. Riding high, getting high, look and see her in the sky. Feeling low, killing folks, I ain't got no veneno. I don't need to buy no shit, I'm straight up for the antidote. Vanadole, roll it up, yeah, this is that gram of smoke. Camel toe, what your bitches got, I'm smoking menopause. Plan to go, different dimensions, boy, this ain't branded hoe. Been to go, manifolds, always on that chemical. Tripping out my vision, slipping down, I find a mission. Vicious, I was simply ripping, this is simply vivid. Yeah, you catch me 666, and yeah, you catch me 495. It doesn't matter, bitch, you dying, getting sold, and I be driving. Ain't no movie, no surviving, calm. Dressed the darkest night, and yeah, guess I had to go. I guess I gotta move. Blessed ashes rose, I'm filling up the blow. I cannot deal with you, so don't you fuck with me. Just leave my ass alone, man with some felonies. Man, I got jealousy. I hate you and your thotties. Played me for Satan's body. I wanna fucking die. Hope you don't think about me. Hope darkness laid around me. Oh no, they taking Scotty out to that spaceship probably.
Action and excitement in the realm of boxing or anything else tonight? I know, but I thought this was okay.
a takeover, people. I'm taking over this Discord. Happy 420. Weed God. Ooh. Oh, that's a lot. How you guys doing?
All right.
Well, I've come for Extreme Shaft, who again was the one that proposed this to me, and again, I think you're streaming right now with your truck and stuff. Great stuff, by the way. Oh,
And I'm
somebody
really,
pull this
really
guy's
slow.
over. He's in danger. Well, you wanted to speak on the matter. I don't know if you've been watching, but yes, now that the show is going and we have you here, and again, you did want to speak about this, which is why you messaged me earlier today. You have the floor, good sir.
SC Steve sucks. Thank you.
Thank you. So what, are you really stoned right now? Is that why you can't fucking
Yes, sir.
provide the same fire?
Yes, sir.
Well, you got the floor. I've spoken for quite some time.
I really, like, right now, I could give two shits about SC Steve.
Yeah, but no, they certainly are.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
What happened? Oh, that he took the video. Yeah.
And it just it
Yeah,
sucks.
but
It sucks when Dr. Earl's trying to do a show and they just totally ruin it.
Yeah, God forbid some of us actually appreciate what fucking Dr. Earl does and that we want to learn about music. That's a good point.
I can see where he wants YR there because YR can add to it, but when you're adding,
Well, I'll be honest. When he's not under the influence of these greasy ones, the guy actually gets into music discussion, and YR does know a fair bit. I mean, considering his age and stuff, and the fact that he's a skinwalker, he still has gone to a lot of concerts. He's still fucking paid big money to see Jimmy Buffett or fucking what was that other band? He's actually seen a fair bit of bands, real bands, as opposed to all the cover bands that he's seen. He goes out, so he knows stuff, and I did like to see the three of them do things, but when he's got Prince Idol and Greasy along for the ride, he just ruins things. Absolutely not. And we know that for a fact that fucking SE Steve has fucking used fake accounts in the past. But Shaft, what do you think about this guy? You just pop in to watch Earl's stream. You're not even fucking mentioning anything about South Jersey or chip delivery or anything like that in his chat. And you're just like, hey, what's up? And then he says in the chat, hey, Shaft, you want to call in and stuff? And these motherfuckers like, no, we don't do that around here on your channel, blah, blah, blah. Like to ban you entirely? Like, why?
But I don't know what it is. They think I'm malicious.
Yeah, after what they've done?
Right, which is a joke.
I'm actually glad that you do raise that point because we've seen that, I think, way too many times. Yeah. Who will shit on you 1 second and then you call in and they try to smooth it all over. Meanwhile, again, you donate, you have them in your Discord and stuff, and you encourage, again, non-drama discussions and just chilling and hanging out and stuff. And I've had some great fucking times on your Discord and stuff. We've laughed so much and watched pay-per-views and just talk sports and life in general, like politics and shit. But like, yep. Yeah, I didn't want. I skimmed through that, but I didn't. Did you watch the whole thing? I have to totally agree with you. I have to totally agree with you on that one, because it's just like, okay, fine, fuck it. You know how many times Ken has come to me privately and told me he will have nothing to do with YR anymore, how he's a rat and a snake and all this sort of shit. You could be a scientist because you're 100% correct. Yeah, and why? Like, what's this whole idea about like go on to get along sort of thing? Like, dude, like SE Greasy fucking YR have tried to fuck Ken over, and yet he's perfectly cool with being on a call with them. Well, you sound like a man of conviction. Good, because nobody should. Neither do I. I'm so glad that you brought that up because, again, that was something that I wanted to discuss as well, is that is it so convenient for them to forget what happened in the past just so, like, we can be cool? But, like, really? You're going to forget that shit? In my heyday, I was able to collect, you know, all this shit. So despite them trying to fucking hide it and deleting these streams, I was holding their feet to the fire. But you're absolutely correct, because even with my team of Sparrows, it was fucking next to impossible to get everything. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. Because one guy apparently is going to bring down their world, right? Well, maybe they will because they're just speaking truth, and when they're exposed to that, not even their safe space is going to help them. What? It's so fucking pathetic how fucking cowardly these fucks are. And yet it just blows my mind that people will still associate with them, even knowing their fucking record. I have to agree. Yes. Yeah, and I kind of think that's also because his audience wouldn't be seeing it, but if Joe calls into YR stream and stuff, he can say whatever the fuck he wants, and his audience won't hear it or hold him accountable for it. And Shaft, are you still alive?
Yeah, I'm here.
Playing with your cat?
No, I was actually
but yeah,
watching boxing. So,
oh, good. Yeah, so being, again, having Greasy demand of Earl that he blocks you, and even YR be like, no, it's got to be community. No, sorry, that was SC who said that, community wide. But like, YR was just like, no, we don't do that. Like salt and pepper and whatever the fuck example you try to get. Like, what the fuck did I even have to do? Salt and pepper.
it's obvious to me. You can see how they treat him when they go in there. YR has some respect for Dr. Earl, but SC Steve has none.
And you know what? On YR's own streams that he takes down, he will talk absolute crap on fucking Earl. And then, because it's been deleted, Dr. Earl never hears it. But like the guy will literally ridicule the guy and call him stupid and say again the whole autism thing again, because we're really going to listen to YR in his assessment of who has autism, because being a sign spinner certainly shows some sort of intelligence when it comes to assessing someone's mental state or physical conditions. It's fucking retarded. But Shaft, you were the one that wanted me to. I don't give a fuck if you're fucking high. I'm high now, right now. See, can't even not repeat now. And again, 420. Also, it is the 135th birthday of Adolf Hitler. So, however you choose to celebrate 420, I hope it's a good one. What else? But yeah, seriously, Shaft. I think I don't give a fuck if you're halfway in a coma or something because of the edibles that you ate. Like, you should be addressing this stuff because you're the one who wanted me to go live today. In fact,
I'm sorry.
What's that?
I said I did instigate you to go.
No, you inspired me. No, not instigate. You inspired me. You inspired me because I thought, why not? And I had no awareness of what he. Again, we've heard this before about you just get rid of Shaft. But again, this was a recent instance. I thought, fuck it, why not? Haven't been online for a while. Wanted to stream, and thought I could entertain people on this lazy Saturday. Nice. That's actually a good being at the lake, smoking some weed. Oh, beauty. Cheers to you, good sir. But yeah, so and again, Nikki, you made a great point. There's been times in the past where Joe has said shit in your or he said stuff in your Discord chat, but you've been doing shows he's never. To my knowledge, or at least to my recollection, I am stoned. I don't think he's ever called into one of your shows. But well, there's a lot of funny stuff that goes on in your Discord and stuff. People posting memes, discussions. let's not start on listing donations. Yeah, exactly. Because if we start on this list, we're not going to stop. Okay, then let's do this. Let's fucking go! You remember when Himmelfarb was called a pedophile by certain individuals? He should have put a contract on those people. Straight fact. This guy helped basically pay for most of his house. You know what? Look what happened to OK Fabe. First of all, that guy was fucking hilarious. His voice, it's fucking radio gold. The fact that he could imitate, what was the announcer's name, the WWE guy? Moro Ronaldo? Or Moro? Yeah. Oh my God, that impression fucking made me piss my pants. Not literally, but you know what I'm saying. But damn, was this guy funny, and he was really informative too and stuff. The guy watched the product and presented things in a really enjoyable manner. What happened to him? Well, he's now fucking doing his own shit. And you know what Joe has said in the past about this? Like, he stole my donators, he stole my viewers, he tried to do something that I'm doing, and he sucks at it, so he's not as good as me, blah, blah, blah. It's like, well, no, when OK Fabe came in there, he was doing his own wrestling reviews and just thought a collaboration would work well, because Joe clearly did, because he worked with him. And, you know, again, as always, like, the guy would shit on fucking OK Fabe to the point where it happened to every other consistency, people. Every other fucking co-host. We got sick and tired of this fucking belligerent, fucking disrespectful attitude when all we did from the very get-go, without even a promise of payment or anything, we got into it because we wanted to help the guy out. We enjoyed what he did, and he treated us like fucking shit. I just remember that there was times before, you know, these donos were introduced and all the systems and all that sort of shit, where we would go on there. Again, it could have been like 10, 11 p.m. on a weekday, knowing that we had to go to work the next day. And we watched the product, no matter how bad it was, the WWE product, to again be able to participate in a discussion on something that we enjoyed. And we stayed up that late, and the show 2-3 hours or whatever, reviewing this stuff and trying to help out a guy that, you know, we enjoyed. But Joe changed, and he just, yeah, money talks. And it's sad because, again, look, you can't be. Oh, do I certainly do. Yep. Dude, I remember times where we would have to wait like an hour on hold on Skype or whatever before Joe would be ready, but we were there because, again, we saw the same thing. We're like, dude, we would love to see you outside of that place, living, you know, in a house that you can raise a family in. And again, the dedication, like Jesse, I don't know what's going on now with Jesse. I haven't talked to him in ages, but I remember that this guy was fucking stuck with Cronin at the hip, and from day one that this guy was fully supportive of the guy and would always, again, spend time to even be on hold and wait until the show started and stuff. And we know that this guy suffered massive health issues and shit, and apparently sitting really hurts him a lot. But he did that for Joe when money wasn't even a discussion. It was just like our love of pro wrestling. And Joe threw that all away. Huh. Wow. Oh. Oh. Yep. Or the buzzing of the phone, like they're sending me another message. Just turn off your phone. No, a famous celebrity might call me. But there was good times. That's what's so disappointing, is that this guy changed a lot in many ways, but in other ways he sort of stayed the same. Yeah, it just, like, it started off as fun, and he became very, I don't know, vindictive, fucking emotional. The list goes on, but it's just like, I guess money does change people. I don't know how. I mean, I don't know. It's disappointing. I'm just disappointed because, again, I was there for these shows that made me laugh to the point I almost cried. Or the time where fucking Ken was doing the Ryback impression that I actually did cry and was fucking dying. That laugh, that was genuine. It absolutely sounds psychotic and crazy, but that was me because it was just so goddamn funny. And I couldn't have fucking laughed that way if it wasn't for Joe and Ken. Really? Oh, that's right. I remember one guy was tweeting in. He's like, yo, I'm at this bar and they let us play this shit. That's fucking so cool. You know what I love? Yeah. I'll just quickly add that I really loved when I learned about this is that, well, not when I learned about this, when I saw it, is that, like, there'd be so many times where I'd get into it with JB and people in the chat would just spam it with, like, fight forever. Yeah. And yeah, I'm happy that I was there for what I call the golden age, which was, again, me, Joe, JB, Jesse, sometimes Leah, but that to me was fucking the golden age, and a lot of people also agreed. No, I agree with you. There's been times where, say, for example, on Ken's show, there's been times where him, Cunny Chris, and Filthy are on there, and they're just talking such great stuff. It's like, I loved interacting with Ken and those guys, but why would I even, like, interrupt this fucking piece of gold that we got here? Despite the fact that literally Ken, the day earlier, the same day, text me, privately saying, yo, call in tonight, talk about this, or, maybe, you want to talk about that, whatever. Like, again, seeing that goal, it's like, why would I interrupt this? I'm fucking enjoying this. Oh, was that? Yeah. Well, I haven't watched Joe's show in a while, but I could I could see that. You know, I won't dispute what you're saying because Mellow Yellow has had a few fucking okay times, but no, but like not it. Sorry, but no, I was just gonna say that from what I've seen, again, Luke Rojas has been on YR stuff. And it's just like, no, this. And in fact, I remember when I was still on the show, and he called in. His sister was in the background, this and that, blah blah blah. The guy was an absolute kid and stuff. So what was it again with? Oh yeah, no, just how unentertaining he was back then, and even when he appeared on YR's streams and shit, how unentertaining he was there too. So I can only imagine what that he'd be doing the exact same thing on Joe's show, just being just annoying, like not contributing anything and making it about himself. Why not? Fuck it. Do it. Can you think of anything that he said that again got you to this point? Because like again, you're talking about nitpicking small things, but like probably. Ghost from the Coast in the chat says, "Who's not funny, Nikki?" In my chat, please explain why Joe's crew isn't funny. Well, I think I just explained when it came to Rojas. I don't know who else is on the roster when it comes there, but that sounds terrible. Is he still walking away while the show's running to go make dinner or something, and he just leaves the yokels there talking on the show? I re- I remember when, dude, I remember when we were covering things like TNA with the Matt Hardy broken thing. I was there again watching it as it started and stuff, and we discussed it on his show. So he has discussed that sort of thing in the past. Yeah, but again, has he become the Boston JD? It's just complaints about the little bullshit rather than actually watching it for the professional wrestling, if that even exists in WWE anymore. I mean, no, it does. Actually, it strangely does. It's because if you're not nitpicking bullshit, you can focus on really why you're there, professional wrestling. Okay, hold on. Nikki goes from the coast in my chat says Nikki explaining shit like as a scorned lover. LOL. Before you address that, let me say this. Relax with the cockswacks. Before you respond, I want to say, then what's my attitude? Somebody who spent fucking 7 years, I guess, 8 years. Maybe more, almost a decade. It's been a decade since I found Cronin, which is fucking insane. How do you explain me? And again, how do you explain the 16-time sail away champion? I didn't ask to come back. He asked me back every single fucking time. Okay, how do you explain that? Is my attitude and the attitude of every other former co-host who basically shares my opinion and says it in their own way? Are we're the ones that are wrong here on this? I know you like Joe and stuff, but like you got to look at this pattern. Pattern recognition is important. And when you notice that you've had, and yes, some co-hosts you could consider scumbags. I mean, I'm sure that many people consider me one, but you could also look at fucking Tommy C, for example, who is a certified scumbag. Regardless, is that, again, we all share the same opinion, and we all said the same thing. So how can that be disputed? It's not that we're the problem here. It's Joe. He was, at least when we started, at least when I started working with him. Became very vindictive and very sour, very resentful. Yeah, but I like how you said matured. No, you actually do certainly try to take a more middle path than I do. And you try to be fair and all that, but again, the truth is the truth. So you're right on what you're saying. And again, here's another thing: is that donating to Joe, especially when it's just like for years on end, and he promises all these things, because that's the thing is that, and a lot of people don't even give a fuck about the promises. They're like, oh, you're offering me to be on your show and stuff. It's like, no, I'm very happy with just paying you $25 a month and watching your shows, knowing that you're going to go live, knowing that when I'm done work, or I'm not busy, or I'm just relaxing on the weekend, I can count on you providing content, because that money that I'm giving you, that I worked hard for, I see it properly invested in you, because you're going to entertain me, you're going to make me happy, you're going to make me laugh, you're going to educate me on things, and I think it's totally worth paying you that money. But when he doesn't do what you're expecting him to do, because that's why you started paying that, entertainment, laughs, fun, when it's all just gripes, complaints and stuff, it's just like, I'm not having fun anymore. And yet people try to guilt you when you revoke that donation and stuff. Like, that's not fair. You were never beholden to donate to Joe. You did so out of your own personal choice and enjoyment. Ghost from the Coast says, Devious, I know, but you actually explained it. Nikki just didn't say anything but, oh, it's treehouse shit. I'm not saying all of you guys are the problem. Of course, it keeps happening. And then he says, there's something to it, and I understand. Yeah. But again, this I was addressing this whole scorn lover thing. Is that it's just like we've spent so much time trying to, or money, or both, trying to help the guy out, and look at the results and stuff. But then look at every other fucking co-host or former large donator that happening to, and in the end, you've got to draw the conclusion it's Joe that's causing this problem here, because we all joined initially to help the guy out. It is sad, but it is what it is. And in the end, it's always Joe that's the problem here. I mean, with like somebody like fucking Ken, who's willing, again, you got to hold their feet to the fire, like you said, Nikki, but even associating with fucking YR after all the shit he pulled, or Greasy Illegal. And this guy with a big heart probably needs to go see a doctor because it's probably enlarged and some genetic issue and stuff, because nobody, has such a big heart and doesn't, fall prey to problems, to be quite honest. But like, even Ken I don't say refuses, but realizes that there's no working out a relationship with Joe. Joe's always going to be this way. And they can't reconcile. And that's perfectly understandable. So if Ken, who's willing to fucking even deal with YR or SE Steve, isn't willing to do the same with Joe, that says a lot about Joe. And it's sad, though. It's sad because the guy has potential. He is funny. But it's sort of wasted talent. And that's another thing, is that Ghost from the Coast needs to realize, is that, again, we're not this greasy piece of shit illegal Arturo who wishes malicious intent on other people. We would love to see Joe thrive. I always said to the guy from the get-go, when I met the guy, I said, why are you not on fucking Sirius XM? Like, you should have your own fucking channel. You are that talented. Ages. Well, there's a rule on your channel, is that there's no drama, lad. Can't blame them. Can't blame them. Yeah, it's... What? Who said that? Good question. I'm just trying to catch up with the chat here on my end. I don't know what's going on in yours. Yeah, it is fun in your Discord and stuff, and you're gonna be watching the AEW tomorrow? Because if you are, I'll be fucking there. Yeah, your Discord adds a lot of fun, and you got so many people in there, and they're very diverse in their opinions. So there's that one chick that blocked me entirely from replying to her because I confronted her on her attitude. I can't remember whose wife that is or girl. Well, you know what I know is what I'll be discussing in a moment. The Ghost from the Coast in my chat says, he's talking to Ryan, Luke Rojas is a disrespectful turd, but he's just messing around. I guess some people have thicker skin than others. And here's the thing, though. No, what I want to quickly say is that Rojas... from the get-go didn't like me when he called into the show and stuff. Maybe it's because the guy was sexually molested, I believe, by his father, but it was a male figure. Well, that's the truth. And the truth always conquers all. But he's looked... That's right. Hallelujah. Praise God. Christ is King. And, he's always made Joe into this father-like figure, which many other people have in this community. Let's not lie. So a lot of people look to Joe for that absent role model figure, which is sad. But it is the truth because you can fucking see it. And Rojas basically would take a bullet for the guy because he's so desperate for this validation and affirmation from a positive, supposedly positive male role model, that it shows in his actions. And he's always disliked me. He made a video like 2-3 years ago that he said like, oh, well, Dave Rose just left Joe's show. I bet he's going to be coming back anytime. And why does Joe keep accepting him? Well, ask Joe. But the fact is that, no, I didn't return. And that was like 2-3 years ago and stuff. I thought it was hilarious because that was the last time. That's when I finally retired from sailing away from Joe. And it's just so funny that these people seem to think that they know me. Oh, you think you know me? No, you know what I'm saying. But, yes, I'm stoned. But, again, people like that, I'm just going to sit back and allow for this nobody who didn't amount to shit, who's now just floating along with whatever's going on with Joe's show, to say this shit about me. I was there during the fucking golden era. The time where you were, 14 or 12 there, Rojas? Watching us make magic. And you'll never, ever be able to recreate that. That is what is, again, something that I take from this. Okay, so a lot of shit happened with me and Joe. Fine. But you know what? Some of those times were fun. And I know that people still remember me from that. Got the other day, new addition to my Discord, somebody who's started watching Joe a long time ago and is like, but I still remember you, Dave. Like, the stuff that you did was great. And it's like, here's the invitation to the Discord. We love you. Shout out to the 32 viewing on my channel. Dude. That's indeed. Let's. I got my joint right here. So, somewhere. Well, not in Japan. This New Japan Pro Wrestling. No. You know where the coke capital of America is? Colombia. Sounds delicious. Oh, I love it. That sounds amazing. Mm-hmm. Yep. That is a good point. I'm glad that you're viewing that. Yeah. Your immunity is going to grow dramatically. Every day. I've noticed that, yeah, and it's a numbers game. You gotta, again, you're talking smart about like, okay, I'll keep it between 18 and 22 because maybe once in a while I'll get 33, but you know, I do that every day and then I don't get high no more. Dude, you know what I've loved? I've loved like basically taking a month off, not smoking anything, and then just that first joint after that fucking break. It's just like, whoa, dude! Like this is like the first time. Again, like I would say, I've said this for a while, is I get stoned, but I don't get high. You know, again, you feel that muscle relaxation. That's the main reason I use cannabis, is that muscle relaxation. Yeah, you've got the euphoria and all, but it again, with the amount I fucking smoke, and for how long I've been doing it, you don't get the same high that you did when you first started it. Where it's just like, dude, I'm walking on fucking clouds. Like I'm literally flying through a galaxy and like I'm one with the universe. Like it's not that way when your tolerance is high.
Yeah, I'll hop on here real quick for motherfucker.
Gang.
Start talking shit.
All right, now that we got you here, lay the smack down.
So, all right, for some clarification, why I don't fuck with Joe or whatever was because I guess like what Nikki said, that nigga I guess didn't like what I was doing because I used to show off, you know what I'm saying, my action figures and shit. But you know how I used to try to talk, motherfuckers would mute me because I'm black and I say the, you know what I'm saying, the N-word and shit. Motherfuckers ain't like that shit. So I don't know, they just muted me and shit. So I never really get to talk for real. And then when I did, you know what I mean, I get talked over and shit. So I just be like, man, fuck that shit. I'm just gonna sit right here then. And I guess niggas ain't really understand that shit or understand me. So I just removed myself from the whole situation for real. Right, yeah, motherfuckers blew that shit all out of proportion and shit. But I mean, it's all good though. Like motherfuckers like grew up from that shit. Like I ain't talked to Joe in what, like a year or some shit. I'm out here doing my own shit. I'm almost at 1,000 subscribers with my own shit, doing sneakers and wrestling. So
yeah, I've been doing this for fucking ages, and I still don't have 1,000 subscribers. So you know, when anyone surpasses me and hits that 1,000, I always love it. For real.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I said this to.
Nigga really like
I said this to.
Like, that's his passion. Motherfuckers be saying, "Oh, this wrestling is my passion." Nigga, that ain't your fucking passion. Nigga, shut the fuck up. You be saying down this shit. You don't watch wrestling or AEW wrestling or none of that shit. So now you want to talk about some niggas be watching wrestling? Like, shut your ass up, nigga.
Yeah, and especially I gotta say this. Yo, I gotta say this. Is fucking. Yeah, like fucking who else in the community is fucking even talking about NJPW? Ryan. Right. Ryan's the only guy fucking talking about it. Shit. I'm learning my shit. Like, again, I could fucking, like, I know a bit about it. More than a bit. But again, it's the thing is, I'm ignorant. I'm fucking worthless compared to all these other people that do know about this sort of thing. And who is talking about it here? It's fucking Ryan. So I'm learning some shit from there. And like, again, if you really like wrestling, you're gonna fucking expose yourself to more than just fucking the Fed product.
Right, yeah. Mainstream. Yeah.
Another reason to join your fucking Discord, because these motherfuckers, Nikki and Ryan, are up at fucking 4 or 5 in the morning watching something straight from Japan and and actually enjoying it because that's what they like and stuff. Not begging about for donations or, oh, I can't pay my mortgage or whatever. My kid waffled the 5th fucking big screen. Like, no, they're fucking...
Oh shit.
Yep, you remember. Dude, I'd be happy. I'd you know, I'd probably, you know, again, not even get a gravestone for pulling that sort of shit, you know?
Throw a controller at the TVs that we had, the controller would fucking break them hard glass fucking TVs. I would have got beat for breaking my controller.
Oh shit.
They'd been like, fuck that TV. We paid $70 for this controller, motherfucker.
Like
so Ryan, I don't know if you're watching my chat, but Ghost from the Coast said he actually spoke about it, that he liked the action figures. I mean, I'm the only one saying anything. There's not a market for those nasty indie promotions. I don't get that. No one cares? What do you mean no one cares?
I was just talking about this.
New Japan is not fucking
about like
indie.
GCW or some shit.
It is.
But no, but hold on. But people do like GCW. I'm not the biggest fan personally because I really don't like their death matches. It's too bloody. Blood belongs and stuff, but some things are unnecessary and stuff. But that's also interesting too. And you know what? Again, this is the best time to be alive to be watching wrestling. There's so much variety. There's so much fucking out there.
It is. Oh yeah, little intergender matches. Yeah.
I'm not a big fan on mixed gender, matches, but
Hey, check me out. Hey, Dave.
what
I
up?
was talking about this the other night in here. I said I stopped watching AEW when Tony Khan started doing the Forbidden Door stuff, bringing in all these New Japan guys and all these ROH guys, because I don't know any of them, and I don't watch New Japan and stuff. And then I
Oh
think
my
Shaft,
god, but I don't watch
Look.
those shits either,
Right,
on a consistent
that's-
basis, but I'm still like interested.
and I think Shaft was the one that he was like, and Dave would be acting like it's the best shit in the world. I was like, oh, Dave probably watches New Japan and ROH and that, and they were like, no, he don't watch none of that. And I'm thinking like, how could he act like AEW is the best when he don't know any?
Hold
of these
on,
new
no, hold
guys?
on. It's not okay. Let's be clear. It's not that I don't watch that stuff. I don't watch it consistently. Okay, so I'll read up on what's going on. I'll see certain matches on YouTube, for example, or on Twitter. But I don't. Okay, the only show, pro wrestling show that I tune into and watch end to end is AEW. Not normally the Friday show. Probably has to do because it's not live, but also, well, let's just be honest, it's not the best show. Although they've done some good stuff. But Wednesday nights, I'm fucking glued to the fucking TV. Fucking Saturday, same thing. And on fucking... No, Wednesday night Dynamite fucking probably has the best fucking matches in AEW. So, but again, even stuff that's going on in WWE, I don't watch WWE, okay? I don't tune in, but on my timeline, on fucking websites and stuff, I learn about what's going on. So I'm aware, but I'm not participating. I'm not being brought in. And people have asked me, and this is something that was asked of me at least a year ago, and I keep thinking back about it, is they asked me, what would it take for you to come back and watch WWE? Because I stopped in, I think it was 2019, 2018. I was like, I'm enough. Like, I can staying up late, reviewing this shit, helping out Joe and all that. It got to a point where it's like, this is not fun anymore. I do not like this this product, and I don't want to watch.
Yeah, WWE was unwatchable a year ago.
But I keep hearing things like Cody is still fucking up with his promos and nobody really likes him. But the promos apparently are still somewhat cringy. But more importantly is that AEW gives me everything I want, everything I need. I can't find. I can't say that. I can't say I can't find a problem with their product, because I would certainly fucking criticize it. But it's entertaining, and I only have a certain amount of time, so I can't watch every fucking wrestling show out there. But I just don't see a reason why to go back. Like you keep saying, Nikki, like, oh, now's the time. Well, why? What is specifically?
This bloodline shit is interesting as fuck. In the way that they're portraying this Tamatanga guy from New Japan, dude, this shit's crazy, bro. I love it.
But that's the thing, though. Okay, so let's take a look at the numbers. If you look at them, you've got mostly talking during the fucking show and not actual wrestling. But if you compare again the numbers, if you break it down, the numbers, they did this during the last Raw. Is like if you take a look at how many minutes are dedicated to speaking compared to how many minutes are compared to wrestling, AEW versus WWE. AEW is mostly wrestling. Very few vignettes and fucking promos and all that sort of thing compared to WWE, or like a 40-minute promo. You guys know that happens with WWE, but AEW is the one that's producing shows that. Another thing, title contentions on TV, not reserved for a pay-per-view, not reserved 1,000 days after somebody has fucking won the belt, blah blah blah. It's just like you get fucking pay-per-view quality shows on fucking TV with AEW.
But AEW is only a 2-hour show, so even if they wanted to do a 40-minute promo segment, they couldn't.
But I don't want to see a 40-minute segment. I want to see pro wrestling.
But where was there a 40-minute promo? That never happened.
Recently, I think it. Fuck, what was it? I saw this on Twitter. I think it was WrestleMania.
It was 15
Yeah, that's the
minutes.
one. No. Hold on.
Do you know what made it 40 minutes? Roman Reigns' entrance alone was 20 minutes. The Rock, his entrance was like 5 minutes. And then the promo was like 15 minutes.
Okay, well, culmination-wise, the point is, though, that really, like, you're fine with that, apparently, but I'm not. Is that make me the bad guy? Like, I want to watch professional wrestling. I don't want to wait for, again, like The Undertaker. That's a point that everyone laughs at. It's just like, okay, I've got enough time to go to the bathroom, maybe plant some flowers, right. Paint a wall before this guy gets to the ring.
Now, I agree with how long it takes for them to get to the ring, but yeah, there was no 40-minute promo though.
There's been times where all it was simply talking in the ring, and one of them gets out of the ring, and oh my God, the ropes are holding me back. I can't just jump out of here and go beat your ass. No, you don't run away from me. Don't run. No, don't run away from me. I still have some words for you. But you don't see that sort of shit in fucking. What's that?
The show has gotten significantly better since Vince has been gone.
Yeah, but then why does Triple H need to come out and, again, try to rub his ego? You don't necessarily need him there, but more importantly is that Triple H is mentioned in all these allegations that are going on with WWE. And to be quite honest, I think he's doing the same old, and he's also protecting the system. Okay, you know what? I obviously am biased, but here's the thing though. How about I just not watch WWE? And I never really gave a shit about them after I said I'm done with it, and say, because I've done this in the past, say, you know what, you like WWE? Awesome. Good for you. I don't watch it, but if you enjoy doing that, do so. But no, but see, here's the thing, though: is am I like, with what I'm being given with AEW? Am I really being, because I'm getting so much from AEW?
You know what you could do, Dave? You could watch 5-minute YouTube clips of like the important shit. So you
Again,
save
that stuff
yourself
does
3 hours.
that stuff comes up on my timeline on Twitter, and I watch it. And
Oh,
again,
well, there you go. That's good. That's good enough for me. That's what I do with
look,
AEW.
okay, let me say it in a different way. With AEW, they signed Will Ospreay. I was aware of him prior. I'd watched some stuff from New Japan. What really got my attention was his match with Nick Wayne. When I think the kid was fucking, well, he certainly was a minor at that point. I think he was like 16, 17 years old. Practically took his head off. But I saw so much of Nick Wayne as well. Both of them obviously working for AEW.
Was he the one that was
And-
feuding with Hook?
Yes.
Okay.
He's managed by Christian Cage.
Right,
But
yeah.
I'm stoned. Fuck. Who was I just talking about?
Will Ospreay.
Ospreay, thank you. I am so impressed by the guy. I do see him becoming the next GOAT, to be quite honest. I'm going to talk about this tomorrow when I do my show, shitting on people like you, about how much you're willing to... I'm just joking, but, you know, like just WWE marks who will shit on AEW, not watch the product, and claim that for the next, you know, for the 6th year that AEW is going out of business. But I do plan to... No, I'm joking around there, but mostly it's just, again, what I've seen, what really is spurring me to do this is that for the last 3 weeks, I've just seen so much bullshit that I just said, enough's enough. Like, I really I love talking about AEW. I've seen so much bullshit. You know, again, the WrestleMania week where it's all supposed to be about WrestleMania, they're taking digs at fucking AEW, and then AEW responds with something that was going to be part of a storyline anyways. Some of them are break down. They're like, oh, how dare AEW do this? It's so dirty and blah, blah, blah. It's just, there's so much misunderstanding, but I see this, I'm not even sure it's misunderstanding, but the point is that there's so much tribalism in wrestling, which is just fucking stupid because, again, you guys do realize competition's good. New Japan, fucking awesome. Doesn't matter if they're not big in the North American audience. They've got fucking this established history, and it's great. I'm willing to wake up at 4 a.m, Nikki, to fucking watch this shit. Like, that's dedication and appreciation of the fucking sport. TNA, there's something happening tonight, I believe, pay-per-view. TNA pay-per-view. Competition is good. This is the best time, I think, for the selection of wrestling. You can watch wrestling every single day of the week. So my problem is people shitting on AEW on things that really are inconsequential or can't apply, and ignoring the fact that now is the time that we should be encouraging all this competition because it's giving us the best wrestling. GMTA, you said WWE, and you, Nikki, as well, said WWE now is better than 2019. Could that maybe, are you willing to at least partially admit this, but is that maybe because of the pressure that was put on by AEW? No. They just decided to get better, even though they were fucking shit for the past. You're delayed. Okay, so what about the recent releases that they made?
Who?
Jinder Mahal and a
The
few others,
WWE.
and
I know AEW releasing people too.
yeah, they've done that.
Alberto Del Rio was actually good though. He was just a fucking moron. Beating the shit out of Paige, or he was beating some women.
You see that video of him in a school gym wrestling with like 20 people?
Nuh-uh. He was wrestling in a high school. But gender is a lot different than Alberto Del Rio because they put gender in fucking 3-man band. That killed his fucking career. They got Mansoor over there still.
Well, Mansoor was, I believe, recently in Uganda for soft ground wrestling. I don't know if you've been following that.
Never heard of that.
I put the link in your chat the other day, Nikki. I told you it was a bunch of fucking black orphans in Uganda who started up their own wrestling, or that they're associated with like a wrestling organization in Uganda, and there's no mat or ring. It's just like on, again, muddy ground. Talked to you about this the other day, but again, it's 420. Happy 420, people. So everyone's stoned. So it's okay if you're. What terminology? Possibly, but again, 420.
It is 420 2024.
Yeah, and backwards is the same thing.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
Dude, and we just had an eclipse, dude. Word, dude. Speaking of crashing out, fucking Extreme Shaft certainly did. Yeah, sure thing. And he was begging me this morning. Oh, you want to go live? I want to talk shit about SE Steve. Like, maybe. See, the things that I do for my audience, just incredible. Oh, he says Ghost of the Coast says you can't say that. 3MB didn't. Anyone look at Drew?
What?
He says didn't kill. Sorry, you can't say that. 3MB didn't kill anyone. Look at Drew. I don't know what that means.
Because Drew McIntyre was in 3MB and then he became world champion. But still, so did Jinder Mahal. He became world champion, but he still was never the same after that. And Heath Slater would have never been anything because of that.
Yeah, Heath Slater showed so much potential and stuff. He was enjoyable, and they killed him. They just destroyed the potential that he had. That's another reason. Again, doing it to all these people that I thought had potential and stuff, it doesn't give me the confidence to watch that sort of product, knowing that they'll do it at the drop of a dime. Drew McIntyre, I think, did amazing in TNA. And, you know, then he went back to WWE, but TNA at one point was just fucking... What's that?
I was gonna say Drew McIntyre left and became an entirely new person. Like his entire physique changed. He grew a fucking beard and goatee and shit. Like he wasn't the same person when he came back to WWE.
I remember when Joe Cronin interviewed the guy. That was a good interview, to be quite honest.
That was probably before I started watching Joe.
A few years ago. Yes, Ghost on the Ghost, we are certainly high. It's, again, point of the celebration. And, I will be rolling a joint right now, actually.
No. Nope. Yeah, right.
I'm going to be a YR right now and interrupt the show to talk about food. Greasy Illegal also did that. But I proclaim that tomorrow shall be a chicken wing night, as I usually do to celebrate all pay-per-views. And perhaps a charcuterie board as well. But I'll be making a feast, gentlemen, for the pay-per-view.
Oh, you always get a like on Instagram from me. All your food pictures.
Hell yeah. And I'm going to make another one of those Instagram shorts where I show those alfajores that I got. I don't know if you saw that. But again, my little treat from Argentina. And it's just these great little snacks. And they got dulce de leche. I mean, you never go wrong with that. That's Argentinian, well, that's South American caramel, Nikki, since you're the only non-spic here. It's basically, it's caramel, I guess, you know, and it's a liquid form, but it's a lot thicker and doesn't taste as sweet. Got a more salty taste to it, but it's similar.
Y'all ever had molasses sandwiches?
I did not know those things existed.
You used to eat them joints in jail. Molasses sandwiches.
Okay, that makes more sense. Yeah.
Never fired.
Well, good to know that that's somehow a way you can survive if you're in the pen.
That was like one of my favorite things in there.
Apart from raping the new fish, right?
No, hell no.
I'll shiv you, Nikki. Wasn't enough with Joe Cronin? As he was saying, oh, I don't care about this guy.
Damn,
yeah, you've got big property and a fucking backhoe. You could bury anybody you want, and nobody would ever know that person fucking existed.
And you see that shit about Oprah?
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is what you will have to endure when you are part of Nikki's chat, because he smokes weed and then comes out sounding like a faggot. So, my apologies.
And,
You have that in your soundboard? That would be fucking good if you did. Nikki has a soundboard, people. He paid for it. Well, actually, no. Other people donated, I believe, to your channel. But yeah, this guy's got sounds. He's got a soundboard on his own fucking channel. Custom emojis too, I've noticed. That's why you should join Nikki's Discord and interact as opposed to a certain Bostonian. That's right, Joe. Call in. Oh, I'd rather call in to people who want to fucking kill me. Okay, there, Joe. Mars Mirror in my chat says, what the fuck did I come back to? I don't even know, but we are all high right now. Mars, just call in. Call in.
You know, if Nikki J is calling you a racist, you got problems.
this is true.
Well, I'd like to see your penis.
I'll give you some head, bro.
Yeah, Joe says some very interesting things. In fact, I've got a clip here. I'll put it into your chat there. Nope, wrong chat. Let's try that again. I'll put in your general chat. You can play it there, Nikki, and just, you know, expose the truth for what it is. But again, this is Joe Cronin speaking on yours truly. Come on, upload. Upload. There you go.
What is that from? It's possible. Yes, I remember that. I don't remember what it's from.
I don't know if you guys are going to be here, but we got the one and only Mars Mirror.
Super Troopers, Nikki.
First thing he said, what the fuck does that mean, Nikki J? What does that mean, you fucking retard?
You hear that? Nikki, do you hear that? What's that? Do you hear that? He doesn't hear it. So Mars, you'd have to join us on Discord, but you're not part of Nikki's Discord. You could join me on my Discord, and Nikki could join in there.
I'll call you back on Discord then.
All right. All right. Well, do you want to join my call, Nikki? You're good. He was like hoping to address some things that you said, so you know, again, I would like if all of you guys could be on the same call. But well, again, I want to hear this guy can't hear each other. We got to stop this. Again, he's gonna call me, and we're gonna try to put this together. But I'd rather you guys, instead of having me as the intermediary, to have to be able to speak. So again, I have no idea. I really don't about what Mars wants to talk about. But you know, if we could have all of you guys on a call, I won't be a fucking wire sabotage the last bridge, but this bridge, this one's certainly gonna hold up. Yeah, for sure. Wire construction company. I think so, and that's again what I'm hoping to discover. I don't know why, but it's like 20 seconds delayed when I hear my voice replayed on your audio there, Nikki. No, on this Discord. All right, so I guess now we write do we write Extreme Shaft's final rights? Is he dead? Can SC Steve sleep well now that there won't be Extreme Shaft saying South Jersey? Oh, greasy. And something else, Blonin, it just reminded me of this, but Blonin, Joe Blonin, was like saying that apparently YR and Greasy Legal Don't Watch Me, which we know is false. We know it's false because you see the way that they, again, conduct themselves after I say anything on the internet. So they certainly do their little Scrappy, as he wants to be called now. I don't know if he wants to be neutered, but it certainly sounds that way.
Do I sound better?
Oh yeah, you sound beautiful, baby.
Do I sound different now?
No.
Oh, okay. Because Travis told me that he couldn't hear me on my stream anymore. He could only hear Dave. And when I went into my settings, I must have had a Logitech update the other day because it was all set to default.
Yeah, Windows is a bitch.
I know, but I'll still take Windows over fucking Apple, man.
Of course, you're not gay.
Yes, you are right. No pooper action here.
Well, if again, it is funny because most importantly, it's true. Look up the fucking numbers and you'll see the number of faggots that use Apple products. It's just a simple fact. I mean, I'm just telling everyone here about it. Look it up, confirm it for yourself, and then draw your own conclusions. Draw your own conclusions.
That is a normal way of doing research. That is not taught in schools anymore. We just read.
I never get an Apple PC. I'll get a Windows, but I'm Apple iPhone all day.
Now.
Yeah, that's it basically it's like you're telling us you're bi, and we're like, no, Christ doesn't like that. Let's see if we can, get you on the right track.
I like the Apple AirPods because they actually have good range, and I can actually do work and set my phone down and go around the garage or pole barn or whatever and actually do something. You know what I mean? Like,
you know,
they
but more
are
importantly,
actually, like the best thing that I've went through probably 15 different Bluetooth earpieces, and Apple AirPods are probably the best ones.
Man, you know which ones are the fucking best ones?
What?
I don't mean to cut you off there. The Ray-Ban everyday earbuds.
Ray-Ban?
They're not Ray-Ban. Raycon.
Oh, Raycon? Oh. Huh.
Yeah, the Raycon everyday earbud. These motherfuckers last like 9 fucking hours. I will put my shit in at the beginning of the day before I go to work, and I'll still be listening to my shit after I get off work.
See, I like the AirPods because I could get like 20, 40 foot away from it, and they wouldn't even cut out. You know,
Yeah, I haven't tested the distance on these yet because I always got my phone in my fucking pocket.
Yeah.
But as far as like battery life, and these motherfuckers are small, like they fit in your ear, they don't hang down like the AirPods do. They're small, they're comfortable, and the little thing that the charging thing, like I only put one in my ear at a time. Like I put the left earbud in, and then like if it were to die, which I haven't had them die on me yet, I just take the right one out and then plug this one back into the case, and the case has a battery put into it, so you can charge these things with your case without having it plugged in.
That's exactly how mine is. Same thing.
Yeah, it's dope.
It is. You know, I did see this video once where this gay guy said that you're not a true gay person if you don't have Apple. Like if you're gay and you have Android, you're not really gay. I'm just like, whoa.
Really?
Yeah. And he was fucking
That's
flaming, dude. He's like, if you don't have Apple, you're not gay. You know gay. I'm just like, I have Android, so no gay. Yay.
That sounds like fucking SC Greasy.
Yeah.
Oh, you're not gay.
He was next to a Frito Lay.
That's right. I delivered to South Jersey, Atlantic City.
Woke up this morning, got myself a gun. Mama told me, goddamn bro.
Why you gotta tell my state, man? My state. The state.
It's literally the East Coast, California. Like,
Milky Way galaxy.
Yeah, it's not maybe like
small cluster. It's like, yeah, that's billions of fucking light years. Are you worried that aliens are gonna fucking dox you or some shit? Like, what's wrong with this fucking guy?
Speaking of that, did
If
you
he is a guy.
listen to the new Tucker Carlson Joe Rogan podcast?
I did not, but I saw
morning.
some liberals shitting on it, so I'm sure it must be good then.
They go through a lot of different conspiracy theory stuff that I think you'd be intrigued on. Like
I would,
some of the stuff they were
probably
talking
would.
about, I had no idea. They're talking about what's really under the oceans, like what are we? What's hiding on Earth? You know.
They talked about a lot of shit.
And apparently the previous video that Rogan did was between Graham Hancock, who has researched a lot of ancient sites on the planet, written several books, and this Fiddle guy, I believe his name was. And this guy claimed that he was a white... Again, this is an archaeology discussion, anthropology discussion, and this guy brings up white supremacy during it when it has nothing to do with it.
What the fuck?
Obviously this guy is trying to inject falseness into the discussion, but again, the discussion was archaeology, these ancient sites, what cataclysms might have occurred in the past, and he claims that Graham Hancock was a pseudo-scientist. He claimed that he was so smart and all that, and that his premises were based on white supremacy, which is insane.
Why? is everything always based back to white supremacy?
It's the typical Marxist response to try to discredit something or somebody that might be onto something. It's always been the case.
Anymore, whenever I hear that, I feel like that just, for me personally, whenever I hear that, it just discredits anything else that they try to tell me.
If everyone's a Nazi, then no one's a Nazi.
Right.
You know?
Like the same thing with all the kids nowadays that cry racism, that when, like right now, like in my town, the local college, apparently there's a faculty member that was caught on video saying a racial slur. Oh my word, Dave. You'd think that there was the KKK was up on the campus hanging black people left and right. You know, they've just been crying racism and all this. It's like, you kids wouldn't know what racism was if it slapped you in the fucking face. None of them would.
Yeah.
They wouldn't. You can't. When they get out in the real world, they try and pull this shit, they'll just get fired. Bosses won't put up with this. They'll fire somebody until they get the person they need.
There's also this diversity, equity, and inclusion, DEI, which used to be spelled as DIE, but it was too close to the truth, so they had to change the name. This is fact.
Right.
But yes, diversity, inclusion, and equity.
The thing is, though,
it shows that these are Marxists.
Right, and it is. But the thing is that helps is that we have a constitution, and none of that really will ever happen because of America has something called private businesses that are allowed to do whatever the fuck they want. Any private business that's not publicly traded can do basically whatever. Like you can fire anybody you want whenever you want. It doesn't matter. I've worked for private companies where I've seen people get fired for just disagreeing with the boss. And then they're like, well, I'm suing, and then they actually go to court and lose. Yeah. It could be just my state, though. You know, each state's different in America. But in my state, we have something that's called Right to Work Act. But it doesn't cover anything for private companies. So if you're in a private company that's not publicly traded, we should be invading Canada any day now.
Well, you could save us from Trudeau. But I've been going close to 3 hours, so I think I'm going to wrap up. Unfortunately, we didn't get Mars on the call and explain what was going on.
It's not like we were covering anything he doesn't know or doesn't not know or whatever.
That Shaft?
I don't know. Last time I heard from him is he had somebody stopped over.
I heard a big sigh. I thought it was Shaft because it sounded like Shaft.
Just GMTA and me and you.
Oh. He's good. He does his whole wall.
That's just, he has the sensitivity turned up on his point. You can literally hear the air blowing through the nostril hairs.
But yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up.
All right, brother.
I want to come on your song.
Great to invade your and control your Discord there, Nikki.
Well, next time you invade, we're not going to talk about what you talked about. We're going to talk about actual, like, you know, normal world things. Normal worldly things.
Really struggling there, Nikki.
Well, I was just trying to figure out how to put it. Because we don't talk about this very ever. Like, we're talking about, there's so much going on in the world that trumps us. You know what I mean?
We talk about politics and shit.
Like-
you know, not just little frivolities like this. But it's personally, it's fun. You know, I do
Hey,
certainly
yeah,
love
it's
to
warranted once in a
ridicule
while.
my
Shake things up a bit.
opponents.
Yeah, shout out
But
to
yeah,
your
so
chat,
we know
shout
that
out
you're
to-
not usually of this nature.
Shout out to your chat though. Hopefully everybody's doing good. Happy 420s.
Yeah, I'm choking on a fucking joint right now. But no wine for me there, Nikki. I'm not sounding gay. So, tone down the gay after you choke on weed, Nikki. It'd be greatly appreciated. All right, guys. You guys
See ya,
have a
Dave.
great night. Boxing tonight?
Yep.
So there's a boxing match on tonight?
Yep.
Yeah.
The main event's
Hey,
probably
hey.
gonna be around 11.
The AEW joint, that's tonight, right? Or
No,
tomorrow?
no. Tomorrow night's the pay-per-view. Tonight is,
TNA.
was it Collision?
Collision.
No, hold on. Collision's Friday, isn't it?
No, it's on Saturday.
Yeah. Collision's
Saturday.
on
Friday is
Saturday.
Rampage.
Rampage and Dynamite's Wednesday, yeah. But yeah, it's some good matches actually lined up for tonight. And yeah, tomorrow I'm gonna do an AEW review show. I just love the product so much. Okay, Nikki, I will try to look at a full episode of Raw, maybe, or SmackDown. I always loved SmackDown more than Raw, to be quite honest, back in the day.
Watch SmackDown
But-
then, dude. SmackDown's been pretty good. Like it's all.
I'm not a big fan of those new belts either, just to be honest. But again, I'm willing to watch for the wrestling content because that's what I like. That's what I get from AEW. So, okay, you're insistent on
SmackDown-
it. I will check it out.
The SmackDown belts look way better than the Raw tag team
The
belts.
Raw ones remind me of like
They
the
both look
old
like shit.
school, the old school NWA tag team belts, like from back in like the '80s, like a retro kind of thing.
I see that, but I think it could have been better executed.
AEW do have the belts on lock though. They got way better looking belts.
Although, I will have to say this. Nobody's ever approached what fucking Lucha Underground did with their fucking belts. What was it? The Belt of the Gods? The one with you had to get the medallion in each of the plates. Did you remember that?
I've never seen it.
You've never seen Lucha Underground?
Nuh-uh.
Dude, okay, so it fell off in season 3. But the first 2 seasons were fucking incredible. Who was it that I talked to? I think it was Chavo Guerrero Jr. with Joe Cronin. We did an interview with the guy. First of all, super fucking intelligent. But he told us that Lucha Underground wasn't a how do you put it? It wasn't a wrestling show. It was just a show with wrestling. And because they did a lot of production value, so they would do multiple takes, actually. I remember talking to somebody that did attend those tapings. So, again, it wasn't all fluid and continuous, but the end product that was produced was just an amazing show. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. I'm stoned. But yeah, Lucha Underground was fucking an amazing fucking show. And it really focused and highlighted Lucha Libre style wrestling. But Swerve Strickland, he didn't start there, but he basically got early on a position as Killshot. He wore a mask and everything. Didn't like the mask, but I loved how he fucking worked in the ring. And it's just so, I don't know, satisfying for me, at least as a wrestling fan, to know that this guy this weekend, tomorrow on Dynasty, he's going to win the title. And it's well deserved because WWE just tossed this guy away. They're like, no, he's nothing. This is something else I'm going to be talking about tomorrow. I'm going to fucking go into people that don't know AEW, and just destroy them and just highlight how awesome AEW is.
I think Swerve will be back in WWE.
Fucking Black Pill. Gotta ruin this fucking weekend for me, huh? Let's not celebrate he'll be the fucking, AEW champion. And what's something he's insisted on is, like, he's gonna be, like, the first African-American champion. You're gonna just take that away from him and say he's just gonna go back to WWE? Why? He was relegated to a poor position. He's been public about this. He's like, I don't like how they treated me, and at least AEW appreciates it.
So then he left. They didn't throw him away. He left.
To my knowledge, he was released.
Oh, see, yeah, I have no idea.
So, yet again, another WWE fan. No idea, but he'll speak about it. Oh, I'm gonna have to make a list of all you people.
No, it was the way you said it. You said that they threw him away like a piece of garbage, and then you were saying he was public about it, didn't like the way that they treated him. It just sounded like, he left then.
I don't know. No, that's not the case, and like it's never been the case with anybody who, again, worked hard, got released by, WWE, and then came out and said, "Yo, that wasn't cool. Like the shit I just had to go through, and then being released and stuff, despite what I've provided and the profits and such, just isn't a cool thing. Like these people should be allowed to voice their complaints, but a company they worked for, especially the ones that, again, suffered. Who's the one that committed suicide because of the fucking sexual abuse and shit? All this sex trafficking, all this stuff that happened in WWE?
Committed suicide?
I have no idea. Yeah. I know the female that you're talking about. I forget her name though. It all came up after the Vince McMahon shit.
Yeah, but even Nick Khan is being mentioned in these allegations and such. So, what, the whole TKO board is going to be removed? I mean, we already know Stephanie knew about the stuff, didn't do anything about it. Triple H knew, didn't do anything about it. Also, Chavo Guerrero Jr., I remember when I had this discussion with him, is that he indicated that Triple H was bigoted towards Mexicans, Latinos that worked in wrestling. And he called them bumblebees because the whole meme of the Bumblebee man from The Simpsons being Latino, he again referred to them as bumblebees. So, like, openly in discussions with people, at the workplace. So, and Chavo also said that what's his name? Alberto Del Rio was a lying, like that he was a liar, and he insinuated he was a piece of shit. He didn't use those words, but because I approached him actually, I'm like, oh, I heard about this about Alberto Del Rio, and he's like, that's absolute garbage. And he went into the details and like really, this was, I think, before the Page stuff came out. I think
Del Rio seems like a piece of shit.
But that's the thing, though. The Page stuff really sort of cemented that. But like with me knowing, again, speaking to a guy that was, around this, it's just like he gave a lot of insight. That guy is like, I really appreciated that. Again, Joe gave me that opportunity. I'm not taking that away from Joe, but again, I got to speak to Chavo Guerrero Jr. and get some really good insight on things. Okay then.
No, I remember the interview you guys did. I remember
I'm
it.
trying to think. I don't think I was here during that shit.
I remember it.
The last person I remember Joe interviewing was like Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, I remember when you did that too.
I remember that interview.
It was from when AEW first started.
Adrenaline on clear.
And then the other one was Eric something. The create your narrative guy. He was in WWE for a little bit.
No. Fuck. EC3, right?
EC3, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah. And he's NWA champion right now. NWA World Champion.
For real?
Yeah, he's been that for at least a year.
He had a good look to him.
He had a great look. He did in between all this bullshit, he did a match, like a death match with Matt Cardona. And that was the whole, what you just said, that term. That was that match between them. I don't know if you watched it. But yeah, that was the whole, that was the line to bring it up to the match. And they had this, incredible death match, which again, it was filmed, so there wasn't really an audience, and it was done looking at certain filmography methods. But again, I kind of equate it similar to what Matt Hardy did with the broken stuff, and those matches that he did on the compound.
Right.
Yeah, it was, to me, I found that cool. It's different, fresh, and new.
And then like the Undertaker AJ Styles match.
It's similar, but that was just so toned down that it just couldn't compare, in my opinion.
Are them ones on YouTube? Them create your narrative ones?
I'm sure you can find it on YouTube.
Yeah, I'm gonna look it up.
Just take some time to look. Ghost on the Coast in my chat says, but you speak on AEW. I'm not sure. Again, we've been talking for a while, so I'm not sure what he's referring to. But tomorrow I will be making a video and again, breaking down the last 3 weeks and explaining. I got to do this. I got to explain why it was good and appropriate for Tony Khan to release the footage. Plus, explain that even after 5 years of these bitches saying that AEW is going to go out of business, it's not going to go out of business. People saying that was it Tony Khan relies on a billionaire father? Well, I'll point out all the economic benefits that and financial benefits that Vince McMahon Jr. got from his father. I'm going scorched earth tomorrow, and I hope you guys join me because
as long as Tony Khan's running
people
the company, it's not going anywhere.
What's that?
I said as long as Tony Khan's running the company, it's not going anywhere.
No, but here's the funny thing is, okay, well, you sound like a mild-mannered, level-headed WWE fan. What about these people who, again, take what was said in an interview and blow it out of the water? Now, what am I talking about? It's that Tony Khan was recently asked during an interview, well, have you ever considered, what would, like, are you going to stay on creative, writing stuff, or are you going to consider at some point stepping down, maybe moving on other things, letting the business operate and so forth? And Tony Khan said, yeah, I'm not going to be here forever. Of course that's going to happen. okay, so obviously this is stating, long-term goals and understanding. He knows the company's going to run for a long time, especially the way he's setting it up. And again, that's the intention, to make it long-running. So he says, of course, like, I'm not going to just try to stay on like Triple H. He didn't say that, I am. But it's like, yeah, eventually I'm going to say, okay, I got to let somebody new in here. I'm getting old. I've got to do other things, got a family, blah, blah, blah. So, of course, I'm willing to do that. They took this stuff, made it clickbait, and we're like, oh, well, Tony Khan is talking about stepping down and stuff. It's like, it's getting tiring, guys. To me, it's getting tiring. Mm-hmm. Again, I don't hate people that like WWE. I've got my valid criticism on how I've been burned in the past for supporting the product and stuff, but I'm not taking away, from people like you, Nikki, who do enjoy it, who are telling me, hey, check it out. And I'm saying, okay, well, if Nikki's saying so, okay, I'm willing to face that again, because, again, there's been so many times that I've tuned into WWE in the past, and hoping for the product to be good, for me to want to be able to be engaged, and being so disappointed, saying, well, why am I wasting my time with this shit?
Right. Well, it's it's coming from somebody that does watch AEW also, but sees that things have changed in, WWE.
Tony Khan does need help.
That's what people keep saying, and he's been the booker from the get-go, and we've gotten these great matches. I'm so excited for this weekend because there's so many great matches that are lined up. I think it's 12 for the main card, and the pre-show I think has at least two matches going on. Again, Ospreay versus fucking Danielson, yeah.
Danielson.
I feel like in the beginning AEW was good because they had their roster. Like, they had the Inner Circle, Jon Moxley, Chris Jericho, MJF. They had like their roster, and then somewhere along the way, Tony Khan started bringing in them fucking New Japan guys, the ROH guys, all these other people, all these WWE guys with fucking the House of Black and all of that shit, CM Punk. And then they started bringing all these fucking belts, the ROH tag titles, then the AEW tag titles, then the IWGP United States title, then the fucking Atlantic fucking title, and the Continental title, the TBS title. All these titles, this shit got watered down.
I disagree because, again, you're getting belts from other promotions that are coming in, and they still hold that validity. But again, you've got all these different belts on WWE. So
these other belts feel more important than the AEW belts.
That's for you, I guess. I mean, to me, I think that these belts on AEW are prestigious, especially because you've got these different promotions that are interacting. And again, you've got Moxley, for example, as was it IGWP champion right now, and he's going back and forth between AEW and New Japan, defending this title and stuff. Like, it's a prestigious title, and people want to see this.
And that's another thing, that he's going back and forth, having matches over there. So if you're not, a fan of them, if you don't go over there and watch, you're going to be lost in this storyline.
Okay, but hold on. Is that really the crux of it? That if you're lost in the storyline, you can't invest? You simply just can't sit down in front of the TV, turn it on, like, oh shit, wrestling's going on. Oh, who is that guy? Never seen him before. I think I've seen that. His opponent looks familiar. Can't remember his name and stuff. Oh my God! Look what's going on in the ring. Like, you can't just default to that because that's why you're tuned. Is that not why you're tuned in wrestling? I mean,
no, I could, but like these
gotta be
guys they bring
invested.
in from New Japan, like Minoru. I think it's Minoru Suzuki. He's got like the fucking double mohawk or some shit. The old ass guy. He fucking was in these matches with John Moxley trading fucking forearms. The worst fucking matches I ever seen in my life.
Well, I don't know what to say, but that's on you.
But then you'll have fucking Kenny Omega. Anytime Kenny Omega's in the ring, it's the best match of the night. So I don't know.
To me, I see there's so many talents in AEW that it's hard for me to pick a absolute, favorite.
And I'm not even a fan of Kenny Omega, but his matches, man, they're entertaining as fuck.
Of course they are. Was it Kurt Angle, I believe, said that he and I saw this article the other day. I can't remember. But Kenny Omega was mentioned by Kurt Angle saying he's one of the best in the world. Danielson, Bryan Danielson. He said both of them, Omega and Danielson, are the best wrestlers in the world. And he's got a point. Danielson, to me, is the GOAT. He right now is the best technical wrestler on the planet. But Kenny Omega certainly comes very close, as does
AJ Styles.
I don't know. Takeshita, to me, I was thinking about Takeshita. I think he's probably in the top 3 best wrestlers on the planet.
I've never seen his matches.
He was in New Japan, and now he's in AEW. The guy's incredible. Ospreay, again, he will surpass Danielson as the GOAT. And that's what's going to happen.
I don't think he'll ever go to WWE.
Well, they wanted him, and they had mad negotiations. He explained his situation, and he got a better offer from AEW. Then Triple H comes out during WrestleMania week saying, well, some people don't like or can't handle the grind. And meanwhile, Ospreay was totally honest. He's like, I've got to be able to be close to my family. I've got to have that time available. And again, flying across the ocean multiple times a week, which is what he's doing, is certainly a grind. But again, this guy fucking made comments about Will Ospreay not being able to handle the WWE grind when he just got paid better in AEW.
I do agree with Ospreay. You want that time to your family and shit. You don't have to fucking wrestle 300 fucking days a year.
Dude,
but still,
Tony Khan is probably one of the most generous people ever because he recognizes shit, lets this guy, again, be able to live his life that way, be able to fly back and forth, see his family and stuff every week, and he pays him good money. And to me, Will Ospreay is fucking awesome. You can see how happy he is to be there if you watch AEW. And I love seeing that. I love seeing somebody who wants to be there, who's just so enamored with the sport and wants to give you the best show that, dude, like, I'm getting this for free on TV.
But what I'm saying is you're not going to be regarded in the same light if you're not in WWE. If you never have a match at WrestleMania, if you never win the WWE Championship,
that's some people's definition of success. Ospreay even said that he was perfectly happy continuing on what WWE would call the Indies, but New Japan's not the Indies. To live, and again, this guy lived in Japan for the longest time and stuff. He's willing to integrate, he's willing to work with that system and produce something that got him the attention to come over to Western audiences.
But how are you going to be the GOAT if you know, you walk up to somebody on the street, just a random person, be like, who's the best wrestler right now? They're going to say like Roman Reigns or Cody Rhodes. You'd be like, what about Kenny Omega? They'd be like, who? Who the fuck is that?
How does that? Okay, this is the point I'm going to make on my show tomorrow. Is that with sports entertainment, that question that you just made is valid. Okay, because it's entertainment, and the bigger stars, again, will be in social media and on shows, Oprah, whatever, and people will know about them. That's sports entertainment. I'm talking about pro wrestling. Okay, so they don't compare. It's apples and bolt nuts. Okay, two totally different things, because the wrestling component of AEW, nothing touches it. So WWE can be as successful as they can, putting promotions for products or getting certain stars over on their show and stuff. Okay, but if you're tuning in for pro wrestling, it's AEW. That's where you're going to get the best product. Pro wrestling, not sports entertainment. Again, if you want to see, again, some dramatic fight in the ring and, you know, it's a promo and all that sort of thing, blood, okay. But if you want to see people, like, you know, really risking their safety and putting on a good show, putting the body on the line, it's AEW.
And they're moving away from the sports entertainment thing too.
What, WWE?
Yeah, I think they even said it on live television.
Yeah, they said that. They said that. I remember hearing about that, seeing some clips, and why? People will deny this because AEW, where that sign went viral, we're the best wrestle. That started WWE saying, shit, maybe we're going to have to compete smartly against AEW. We claim that they're developmental and that they're second rate, blah, blah, blah. I can't remember that term that Triple H used. Again, another dig, that they're not even competitors. It forced them to change their product. Same even with WCW. It forced WWE to be more competitive, and it produced a better product because of it. So